Getting a clean signal in the modern world is a challenge. With RF smog from LED lights, solar inverters, and switching power supplies, the noise floor for many hams has risen from S1 to S7 or higher. I had posted 9 plus 30 dB noise on 160 meter band earlier. To bust the noise floor, you need a two-pronged attack: digital signal processing to clean up what you receive, and physical mitigation to keep the noise out of your antenna in the first place. Modern SDR-based transceivers have moved beyond simple hiss filters. These algorithms analyze the incoming waveform and distinguish between the random nature of noise and the rhythmic structured nature of speech or CW. Don't just crank it up to maximum. High noise reduction settings can introduce underwater artifacts. I've heard like water flowing when I use these sometimes. Find the knee of the curve where the noise drops but the voice remains natural. If you have one specific massive local noise source like a nearby power line, an active noise canceller is a game changer. You use a small noise probe antenna to pick up the interference. The device then inverts the phase of that noise by 180 degrees and mixes it with your main antenna signal, physically cancelling the noise before it ever hits your radio. If your radio is older, external DSP speakers can do the heavy lifting. These process the audio output and use sophisticated filtering to peel the static off the signal. No amount of digital signal processing can fix a signal that is completely buried. You must improve your signal to noise ratio at the source. Radio frequency noise follows the inverse square law. Doubling the distance between your antenna and the noise source, very often your house, reduces the noise power by a factor of 4. Move your antenna as far away from the house as possible. If you have a backyard, place the antenna at the far perimeter rather than mounting it on the roof directly over your LED-filled kitchen. But this works out well only in a remote area. If I try to keep it at the perimeter of my plot, it's hardly 2 meters from my house, and it will be equidistant from the nearby house as well. So these tips are useful only for people with a large plot and no nearby houses. An interesting aspect is that man-made radio frequency interference is vertically polarized. If your noise flow is unbearable on a vertical antenna, try a horizontal dipole or a horizontal loop. Horizontal antennas are inherently less sensitive to ground-based vertical noise from appliances. There are several hams using a horizontal loop as a separate RX antenna or receive-only antenna to reduce the noise in the radio. Some antennas are inherently noisier than others. Unfed wires using the house electrical ground as a counterpoise. This literally sucks the noise from your home wiring into your receiver. At the same time, magnetic loop antennas respond primarily to the magnetic component of the electromagnetic wave and are famously quiet in high electromagnetic interference environments. A good center-fed dipole with high quality 1:1 balance at the feed point will be useful to reduce noise. Often the noise isn't hitting your antenna, it is riding the outside of your coax shield right into the back of your radio. Install a common mode choke at the antenna feed point and another where the cable enters the house. This forces the antenna to be the only thing listening rather than the entire length of your coax. To prove that the noise is local, run your rig on a battery and turn off the main circuit breaker at home. If the noise disappears, the call is coming from inside the house. Put snap-on ferrites wherever you think appropriate. USB cables, laptop power in your shack, etc. I found this quite useful. Some even put several on the battery line. Stop running your RF gain at 100%. Backing off the RF gain, turning it counterclockwise, often drops the noise floor significantly while leaving the strong signals audible, creating a much more pleasant listening experience. But this does not work when you are trying to listen a QRP station. Then you are supposed to bear the noise as well. Use a separate RX antenna if you have the space. A small shielded receive-only loop placed far away from the house. These are designed for SNR and not for power handling. The bottom line is you can't always stop the world from being noisy, but by combining physical separation, proper choking, and modern digital signal processing, you can often dig out a fine signal out of what used to be a wall of static.